I changed my sleeping program and pattern. You can't be sleeping anyhow to wake up in the morning to fulfill your dream or pursue your vision. When you sleep, things slips out of your hand. How many of you are having biro there? You have biro in your hand? What happens when you doze? The biro falls. They say you are sleeping. You say, no, I'm not sleeping. Okay, you are not sleeping, but you dozed. So biro fell from your hand. Nothing can be held by a sleepy man. Nothing can be held in a sleepy state. You have to wake up. Be disciplined. Life will not let you go anyhow. You have to subdue life under your feet. You have to wake up. Wake up in the cold. Wake up when others are sleeping. Do you know the same time others are using to fail is the same time you can use to succeed? There is no extra time for anyone. There are only time managers to achieve their goal in life. Discipline is responding to the demands of life, no matter the inconveniences. 2 Timothy chapter 2 from verses 3 and 4. Thou therefore endure hardness. You either endure hardness or suffer hardship. Endure hardness as a good soldier of Christ. Soldiers are known for discipline. Verse 4. No man that worrieth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Don't live as a civilian. Civilians they live regular life. Soldiers live irregular life. No man that worrieth entangleth himself with the affairs of this world, that he may meet up the condition of him who had chosen him to be a soldier.
I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright.
With you guys, some advice that if I'm opportunity to give my younger self or give to somebody who is preparing for marriage or somebody who is yet into marriage but is still confused, right? So I have been married for 4 years, and by God's special grace, 4 years is a long time coming along. I know I'm still going somewhere, but 4 years for me is a long while to gather some experiences, right? It is when you know the worth of a thing, right, that you know how to price it. If you don't know the worth of gold, you might not know how to price it. Yeah, 1 carat gold, 2 carat gold, 12 carat gold, 24 carat gold, they comes with their price tag, right? So you cannot use the price of 1 carat gold to start pricing 24 carat gold or diamond. So when you know the worth of a thing, you know how to price. So you should know your worth, know who you are before you get into marriage, so that you don't be mistreated by anyone or any circumstances that comes in marriage anyhow. So you know how to handle yourself. So number 2, before you get married, make sure you develop that stamina, right? I'm not saying that we can attain that stamina in a go, like in at once you just grow, but at the same time make sure that you start developing your spiritual stamina before you even think of getting married. Because trust me, there are so many storms in marriages that if you are not mature spiritually, you will end up in divorce, or end up in suicide, or end up in bullying your spouse, or end up in abusing your spouse, or even abusing your children. Because most of all these things that happen in marriage is not because that person is who they are, but because the weight, that the storm, the heat that comes from all those problems are so heavy that they are looking forward to pour that, that heat upon. So please try to build yourself spiritually, no matter the level, but make sure you are growing spiritually before you get into marriage. Or if you're already in marriage, just start building yourself up, because never say never. So if you are searching for a godly spouse as a woman or as a man, make sure that you are already that person, or you are working towards being that person, right? So you cannot expect to marry a faithful partner while you yourself you are not faithful. You cannot expect to marry someone that is truthful while you yourself you are not truthful, right? You cannot expect to marry someone that prays in the night or wake up and prays for you in the night while you can't even lose your 1 minute in the night to pray for that person, right? So try to be a godly spouse now. It does not matter, like I said, whether you are married or not. Start it now. Yeah, there is room for change, there's room for development. So please learn to be a godly spouse now. You want a faithful partner, start learning to be faithful. You want a truthful partner, start being truthful. You want a sincere partner, start being sincere, you want a caring, loving, how a romantic partner, be who you want to marry, right? So it makes things easier, because at the same time the person you marry has their own criteria or their own tag of the kind of person they want to marry. So whoever you want to marry, whatever the kind of man, the kind of woman you want to marry, please be that person before you get into marriage. There is nobody that is perfect in this life, right? But some of us, we tend to make that mistakes where we always want to marry someone that is perfect, someone that has it all, that physical qualification, financial qualification, spiritual qualification. Please don't expect perfection in anybody, because when you are the only person that is perfect, who is our eternal husband, is God, right? It's Jesus Christ. Do not expect that your spouse will be perfect. We are coming from two different backgrounds, so there is always time for that mistake. Nobody's perfect. He can be perfect in his own eyes. I can't be perfect in my own eyes, but in his own eyes I will not be perfect, right? In my own eyes he will not be perfect, right? So do not expect to meet a perfect person. Do not expect perfection, right? It's very sensitive, because the psalmist says that out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. So it is what that comes into your heart, what is residing in your heart, that comes out. So you should be careful the kind of things you allow to dwell in your heart. If you are someone like me, that when things get into our head, into my heart, they get stuck for a very long time, in fact even for eternity before they move up, try not to allow some filthy things to come into our heart. Our heart or our head is like magnets, right, that try to bring, and when it sticks, it becomes difficult to pull away. So please guide your heart. Make sure that things that get into your heart are things that will glorify God, things that will benefit you, benefit your future spouse, benefit your children or those around you in your marriage. Yeah. Some of us will get into a relationship without really knowing if it is going to end in marriage or not, right? We go by doing boyfriend, you start by dating, oh baby girl, I love you. People I love you, and you start dating without even having the intention, knowing if it will end into marriage. And that is why you see that there's thousands and millions of heartbreaks, right? When this man breaks your heart, another person breaks your heart. When you meet the right person, you want to start paying that person all the debts that other people will be owing you. So please determine your priorities when you are going to a relationship. You should know if this relationship is for marriage, right? Of course, as a godly person, why are you going to a relationship without even knowing if this person is getting married? I believe that anybody that is coming to you for a relationship should come with the intention of marriage, right? Do not go marry somebody that is from the same different how will I say it, different beliefs when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to our religion, right? Do not you shouldn't be white and be getting married to black. That's what the scripture says. Be what? Equally yoked. Don't be unequally yoked. So make sure that you are equally yoked with the person you are going into a relationship with, or the person you are married with. If you're in a relationship and the person is unequally yoked with you, it's not equally yoked with you, please start praying for the person. There is room for change. There is room for God changing that person to being equally yoked with you, because it is so dangerous that you are married to somebody that you're not equally yoked with. It makes the marriage toxic. It makes the relationship toxic. Generation now, people no longer practice purity. No, Bible says, okay, I remember in the days of Baal, right, where who was that prophet that was beating his chest that he was the only one that is reigning for God? And God says, no, there are thousands, there are 4,000 prophets, I think there about, yes, that has not bowed to Baal, right? So many people, the devil is making it look as if everybody is impure, everybody is jumping from bed to bed, right? And so some of us, even in the Christendom, we tend to practice impurity before marriage. So please, there is benefit for being pure during courtship to get married. As a single person, please learn to live on a budget, because trust me, when the storms and the heat of marriage and financial instability hit you in marriage, it will be very, very tight. So please live on a budget. Start learning to live on a budget. So when you get into the marriage, it will be easier, for you to start adjusting, right? So start living on a budget and saving money in advance. Case, there's no thing like, oh, you are the man, you are the woman. Just be respectful, like Christ, right? Even as his God, he's still respectful to us. That's why he doesn't force decision on us. He gives us choices. So please respect your spouse, respect your fiancé, or your wife or husband to be. Respect them. In that way, you get to know more about them. Because if you are disrespectful to me, I will withdraw, right? Give God first place in all. Give first place in your relationship. Give God first place in your life, right? So when you get into the marriage, it will be easy, because trust me, the storm of marriage, they are real. They are real, because the devil is not even happy about marriage in the first place. So please give God the first place now that you're single. And as long as someone's make mistake and the person is ready to change, except the person is keep making mistakes and is not ready to change for better, right? So please give room for mistakes. Nobody is perfect. So let's raise a prayer altar, praying together. It could be under the phone. Like for us, my church where I come from, you're not even expected to come together physically and things. So you can pray if it's in the church, a public place like church, right? Pray together, get time to meet in the church and pray over the phone. Thank God for WhatsApp, thank God for Zoom, thank God for all the social media as well that's created that venue. So please build prayer altar even before you get married. Because trust me, said charity begins at home. Charity begins in relationship before marriage. So what you want to see in marriage, make sure you start planting it in your relationship. As long as it's a good change, right? I said, I'm not saying if you are married to somebody that is demonic or is diabolical or those things are ungodly, you should not change, start bending to them. No, that's not what we are going to, right? I'm talking about godly change. I'm talking about good change, right? I'm talking about change that will bring peace. Like I said, heavenly bound peace, not the peace that the world giveth. Get married, before you even go to the altar, make sure you guys sit down to talk. Where are you going to? Where am I heading to? And as marriage, you come together to agree in a particular thing. There is a marriage that has divided vision has bound to have troubles, right? I'm going higher, you are not going higher, that strain here and there. So please have a vision, have a family vision, have something that you are running, that you both are going to run with together, right? Fall down to vision. So please set goals. Okay, in the next 3 months, so we're going to achieve. Even in the relationship, in the next 3 months, we're going to marry. Okay, the next 1 week, we're going to see your father. The next 2 weeks, we're going to see my own father. The next this, I don't understand. When you get into marriage, you set vision. This is what we want to achieve. Okay, for our children, this is what we want to do in the next 1 year, next 3 years. Yes, even at the same time, even as we are setting all these goals, we should give space for Christ, because Christ can come and still turn everything around. At the same time, the Bible says that it said write the vision and make it plain, that who sees it will run. I'm going to put the scripture on the screen. It said write the vision and make it plain, that whoever sees with it may run with it. I don't know if I'm putting it well, but I'm going to put it on the screen. Okay, so please make sure you set goals and make sure you have visions. Do not invite third party. People will say, oh, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is a third party. The Holy Spirit have been there in that relationship before you both even come in, right? So do not bring a third party, except otherwise you're going to have a counselor, a godly counselor, someone that will hold you accountable, right? When you do things that are wrong, that's right. Somebody that will hold that you'll be reporting to, right? Somebody that will hold you accountable to things that you do wrong. That one is it, and such person should be a godly person, and you should be led also to that kind of a person. Don't just walk and say, oh, Daddy will be my spiritual Lord, my marriage spiritual Lord, or mommy, because trust me, the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. When someone gives you something and you say thank you, tomorrow the person wants to do more, right? So if you celebrate your spouse, it's open doors. Like it opens this. There is this atmosphere it brings when somebody praises you, when somebody busts your brain, right? When somebody try to show you to the world. Somebody's proud of you, to celebrate you, celebrate your loses, right? So give room for celebration. Celebrate your spouse even before you get married, right? Like charity begins in relationship. All right, so I think this is going to be the last, but actually not the least, because of course something will be coming up from time to time as the Spirit leads. So enjoy every day as it comes. Enjoy every day in your relationship. Enjoy every day in your marriage. Enjoy it as it comes. Be creative. Send love messages. Like me, I'm a very love person. I'm a kind of person that most would might not really know. Okay, enough of me, right? So enjoy every day as it comes. The song that says that one day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking from you. Lord, give me the grace to do everything one day at a time. So please enjoy yourself one day at a time. Live your relationship, live your marriage one day at a time. Live it as if rapture is taking place at the end of the day. Right? Okay, so I hope this advice goes a long way with you. If you have anyone that you want to ask, so please put it down at the comment section, and I trust God that God will help me to read, and I will reply. And yes,
I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright.